And these are our high temperatures. The time, 3 p.m. No, this is not morning lows. We're talking about highs in the upper 50s, maybe even 60 degrees in some areas.
Well, as we mentioned, we are all watching Cindy as she's heading into the Gulf Coast, and she's starting to get closer, isn't she?
Yes, Clint, very big system that is moving across the southeast this morning. You can notice that we are actually seeing 2 tornado warnings with this, one in southern portions of Mississippi as well as one near Destin, Florida this morning. A very strong system that is going to be impacting East Texas later on this week. Notice that stationary front still remaining over our southern counties. That's why we will keep a 10% chance for a few spotty showers this afternoon, but it's going to be a pretty warm one across East Texas, highs in those upper 80s.
Activity on the radar still out there this morning, Ashley.
Yes, it is a soggy morning commute for most folks all across East Texas. So yes, like Stephanie did mention, you're going to want to give yourself a little extra time to get to where you need to be. Clouds are pushing almost 60,000 feet. That's indicative of a very strong updraft, and with updrafts, you can expect some large hail falling just around the core of this center, which is just due north of Terrell. And you see those dew points in those upper 60s. Our temperatures, well, they're not going to be dropping very much below those dew points unless you're in a thick fog situation, which we just aren't here in East Texas. I'm going to keep a 30% rain chance. Now notice that this model is hinting at a lot of green on the map. I don't think that we're going to be seeing this widespread of rain. I think it just means that those areas have the chance for those showers and thunderstorms. If you walk outside, you're definitely going to notice the wind out there. You may need a little extra hairspray, ladies, because we're going to be dealing with these breezy conditions for today. Now notice where the cone of uncertainty is. That's our forecast cone. Very heavy rainfall along the track, but also Mississippi and even Alabama could see that heavy rainfall, and they're well from the center of it. So over the weekend, still going to be dealing with this high pressure system over us, and you can't really complain because we're going to be seeing plenty of blue skies and that sunshine. If you don't have any rain gear, well, you should invest in some. Jillian and Clint, I did not see either of you bring in an umbrella this morning. We're going to be dealing with this pretty wet weather pattern for the next 48 hours. Notice how you're starting to see some more discrete cells. That's not good news. That means that we could see some severe weather with this. If we do see any of these cells starting to get going, main concerns are going to be for damaging winds and the chance for an isolated tornado. Now, something to note is the difference between a watch and a warning. A watch means that we have conditions that would be favorable for that severe weather. It doesn't mean that the severe weather is currently occurring, just means that we do have the conditions favorable. A warning means that that event is actually occurring across our area. We're waking up to pretty balmy conditions across East Texas, temperatures in the 70s. Lots of power outages this morning. We saw very gusty winds. The Tyler Pound Regional Airport reported wind gusts up to 55 miles an hour. Waking up to this morning, it is a cloudy morning all across East Texas, 71 degrees outside this morning. And yes, fog is another issue to kick off our Friday morning. Reduced visibilities in most of East Texas, and yes, you will probably encounter fog on your morning commute. Temperatures in the 70s and 60s in our northern half, 68 in Jefferson, 68 in Pittsburgh, 68 in Mineola, and 73 in Tyler. Also seeing some more 70s in their southern portions of East Texas, 71 in Lufkin, 72 in Nacogdoches, and 71 in Jacksonville. Clouds have really filtered in within the past several hours, and we are picking up on a few sprinkles over Van Zandt and Rains County this morning. That may be the trend throughout the next several hours. Not going to be a big issue, though, throughout the rest of today. Here's that upper level disturbance bringing with it widespread rain all across West Texas and North Mexico this morning, and you can see that spin in the atmosphere. This is all associated with an upper level trough, and we have seen many disturbances ride this upper level trough and really bring about some widespread rainfall to areas of Texas, and we saw some yesterday, and that's going to be the story over the next several days. But let's go ahead and plan out your Friday for you. Not expecting really any widespread rain. Could see a spritz or a sprinkle this morning, and then we'll bring in that 30% rain chance as we go into your lunchtime and afternoon hours. Starting to see a little bit moderate downpours in our southern counties, and then as we go into our evening hours, it's looking like we could see a few heavier showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder by 10 p.m. in our central counties. This should all start to die down throughout our evening hours, and we are going to be waking up tomorrow morning with mostly cloudy skies, and it's going to be a kind of a dry one out there. So here's what you can expect for today. We'll keep the dense fog with us throughout our early morning hours. That should start to burn off throughout the morning. We'll keep that 30% rain chance with us throughout our afternoon and evening hours with a high around 83 degrees. So for tonight, we're looking at lows dropping down to the low 70s, mostly cloudy skies as we go into our overnight hours. And then tomorrow, we're going to bring in another rain chance. We'll start off the morning dry with those clouds out there, and then as we go into our afternoon hours, we're looking at another 30% rain chance. Now, that isn't much, but it is something that you could see a few sprinkles and maybe even a brief shower in some neighborhoods for tomorrow afternoon. We'll keep that with us throughout our evening hours, and then Sunday, that's when I do expect most of us to be receiving rain. We're going to start off our Sunday morning once again dry, so as you are heading out towards church, you should expect dry conditions, and then by the afternoon, widespread rainfall all across East Texas, and then dying down by Sunday evening. So this weekend, the Parade of Homes does kick off tomorrow. We'll keep that 30% rain chance on Saturday with highs in the upper 80s. We'll keep the 80s with us as we go into the start of next week, and then some dry weather will finally return by next Wednesday. This forecast. Hey there, happy Wednesday to you. If you're just waking up and joining us, the time is 5:47, and we're looking at a pretty calm start across East Texas this morning. Yesterday, we did see a pretty decent shower and thunderstorm that was moving through our southern counties. Overall, right now, just tracking some low-level clouds impacting deep East Texas this morning. 90% of us are remaining cloud-free for your morning hours. We do have high pressure remaining over us. That is allowing for those clear conditions, and you can expect plenty of sunshine again for your Wednesday, but notice how there's a cold front just up to our north. That's actually going to be headed our way as we go into later portions of this week. Now, all that rainfall we did receive earlier this week knocked down our tree pollen count out there, but what it did do, it also brought up our mold spores, so we just cannot seem to get a break from all the pollen that is in the air. Overall, though, not a bad start for our morning hours. Temperature-wise, we're in the upper 40s to mid-50s, 49 in Tyler, 46 in Palestine, and 52 in Groveton. As we go throughout the rest of your Wednesday, you can expect those temperatures to climb back up into the 70s. But for your bus stop forecast, you may want to bring a light jacket out there. Winds will be calm, but we'll still be in the lower 50s, so it may be slightly chilly with the breeze out of the north. As we go into your lunchtime hours, temperatures approaching the lower 70s, 72 in Tyler, 71 in Mineola, and 74 in Linden. You can see those clouds dissipating in our eastern counties and plenty of sunshine in store for your Wednesday. By bedtime tonight, temperatures are going to be slow to cool off, back in the lower 60s by 11 p.m. So here's looking at your high temperatures county by county. 78 in Tyler, 78 in Longview. Could see some upper 70s, maybe even 80 degrees as you head farther south near Nacogdoches and Lufkin later on this afternoon. Going into your Thursday, we're talking about highs returning into the lower 80s, and then another cold front will progress into East Texas early Friday morning. Not going to really feel the effects for it on Friday, which is good news. Still remaining in the 70s, but as we go into your Saturday, notice how the winds are back out of the north. That's going to edge in a very cool air mass, and these are our high temperatures. The time, 3 p.m. No, this is not morning lows. We're talking about highs in the upper 50s, maybe even 60 degrees in some areas. So overall, not talking about a lot of rain in our forecast, plenty of sunshine as we go into your weekend, and then we'll bring in those rain chances as we start off next week. This forecast will be online at cbs19.tv.